Good afternoon, Corvallis. You're listening to Second String Sports, 88.7 FM, KBVR Corvallis. Friday, November.
Cold Friday.
Cold Friday. We got a special second time guest in the booth.
Second time guest.
Introduce yourself. Birthday guest.
Birthday boy.
I'm making another revolution around this sun. So yeah,
Special birthday appearance.
Louis Vuitton. That's who I am.
Yeah.
People know. That's all they need to know.
I just want to be Louis. You know, I want to be like Prince or Elvis, just a one namer.
Just Louis.
That's true.
That's how it usually just goes anyway.
Yeah.
That's you just walk in the room. I'm Louis, and people's like, okay.
Louis C.K. almost as famous as that too.
He is the closest thing I have to a celebrity doppelganger. And I don't know what that says.
There's got to be one other. No,
I don't know. Physically, if I were a ginge, I might look like him. Sorry out there. If you're
probably could have been his.
if I'm a ginge,
probably could have been his stunt double in American Hustle.
Yeah, American Hustle.
Yeah, could have been his stunt double when.
I would have beat Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper
would have just beat him.
Bradley Cooper has nothing. All right, so we got a lot of stuff to talk about this week, especially with the NBA. But we'll save that as we always do for the end of the show. Why do you want to get right into it with some Beaver predictions? Some good, some bad.
Man.
But, there's a couple things going on this weekend. One thing that I'm sure people are looking forward to more than the other. Want to get right into it?
Yeah, we'll start about what happened last weekend.
We can tip on that.
Yeah, we'll kind of talk about it here.
Yeah.
And we'll get some opinions going through, and if anybody else out there in the Twitter world has an opinion,
if
tweet
you're
us.
listening live on Twitter at Second String KBVR or just hashtag Second String Sports, take a quick shout out of all our Twitter names if you want to jump in the debate and say what you want. I'm at J McGrady7,
At LT McGinnis,
At Grant Ocampo.
and follow Louis at
Louis 101.
There we go.
It's like a school. Sports Tweets 101. Yeah. Follow us all if you don't already, which I'm sure you already do, but whatever. Getting right into it. Last week's football game.
Yeah. It was, we said this on air last week that this was going to be a key win for us just because we kind of needed to get over the hump and just kind of build on somewhat of a losing streak and kind of, just trying to get that victory, and it didn't turn out quite the way we predicted it. The
literal exact opposite.
We all predicted Washington State to score.
I'm fairly certain we each gave them under 10 points.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Jake. I'm pretty sure you guaranteed a win too.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
Did I bet something?
Well,
No, you said if there's one win this season, it's definitely this week.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I give no credit to myself on that one.
I award you no points.
To myself.
Yeah, Jake gets 0 points. So I don't know how do you guys feel about Louis? How did you feel about the game last week?
It was a close game. It's heartbreaking when you have the lead in the fourth, or you get to the lead in the fourth, and then we gave it up. But they're not quitting. I mean, those guys aren't quitting. I didn't see it, and it's sad when you lose, but I'm not.
Yeah.
We're going to play Arizona State this weekend. It's going to be colder than those gentlemen from Tempe probably have ever been.
That's also true.
Yeah.
And the ball bounces funny ways, so let's have it bounce our way once.
Yeah, and last week, we got off to such a great start. It was that
pass.
50,
it's the first Sean Mannion
50-yard pass.
accurate bomb.
I just went. I'm like, this is our game. This is done.
Yeah, exactly how I felt.
Yeah, but Falk really kind of came out from nowhere. Really,
Yeah.
It's like
I think we sort of touched on it last show that we thought he had his one opener. He had nearly 350 yards.
Yeah, so I was impressed. I was like, wow, this kid's pretty good. He had 470 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, exactly.
No interceptions, and it's not like Sean played bad either.
Yeah, Sean played pretty well.
Yeah,
actually.
Sean, he only had 10 incompletions and threw a touchdown. But other than that, it was just kind of the game. It almost felt like we had control of the game the whole entire time, but we didn't. And that was kind of just somewhat unfortunate.
Yeah, I felt like, the first couple games, our defense was the one keeping us in it. And I feel like last week, our defense kind of lost us that game because our offense put up 32 points, which was, I thought pretty solid for the way that we had been moving the ball.
Yeah, and even in the game against Howell, we've been moving the ball better.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
There's
nothing really to say. It was Washington State, and
it could be said that I hate to say it, but are the dads cursed?
Oh yeah, what was the game last year? Was the
USC
game?
And we got absolutely slaughtered.
Yeah, maybe.
Who was it the year before that?
Louis, what do you think of the curse of the dads?
It was Stanford, and we lost that one too. Wow.
Was it the Stanford game?
Yeah.
Louis,
Yeah.
curse of the dads? How do you?
Well, perhaps the marching band dads should not be asked to dance at halftime, and maybe that's really the fundamental flaw there.
Yeah, the marching band dads, they do sometimes they
get wild.
Or we could score more points than them. I know there's that.
or there's that.
that could also be it too. But
well, and I felt we had to settle for field goals too often. I mean, how many field goals did not Romaine kick?
Not Romaine.
Owens, is that his
3?
name?
I can't remember.
What?
Yeah,
Where was Romaine in that game?
He was suspended again.
More academic troubles?
It said, I believe I read Connor from the Oregonians tweets that it was violation of team rules. So I don't know. That's an interesting.
So he showed up
situation.
late to a few too many meetings then, probably.
Yeah. So
Or he was having too much fun.
But the other kicker's been great.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Oh yeah.
I was like, that's not Romaine. Oh, who cares? I mean,
Yeah. So
I'm in favor of starting Owens for the rest of the year, honestly.
Yeah.
hashtag Team Owens.
Yeah, Team Owens. Start it.
Do we have a kicker
Start the
controversy?
campaign.
Kicker. Are we officially starting the kicker controversy?
Start the Twitter or the Oregon State
Hashtag
kicker
Romaine
controversy
versus
Twitter.
Owens.
Yeah.
You know it's bad when you're starting a kicker controversy.
we're bringing it back. Let's not. Grady Garrett was probably the instigator for all kicker controversies ever.
Yeah,
Hey, let's also
fair enough.
speak about controversies. I saw Jake's tweet. He never really explained this to me, but I heard you have beef with Wazoo Band.
Oh yeah, if we want to get into a little rant action, I'm gonna spit the reel for a second. So, of course, if you're listening, Dad, and you probably are, but whatever. Of course, he got his tickets like the day before or 2 days before the game. So they put us in the Washington State section, which was, I mean, it's good seats, but I wanted to kill myself, but. We were sitting there, surrounded maybe like 6 maximum other Beaver fans near us. The few the proud, a couple of old guys, And we were right behind a barrage of Washington State Coug fans who were probably the most ignorant, annoying human beings I've ever met on the planet.
Have you been to Autzen?
No, I
Yeah,
haven't.
that's very
took the
true.
shot.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
also very true.
Logan has. I have never.
have.
I don't want to.
I have, and it's not. I went there once, and I'm never going there again.
Yeah.
Free tickets.
That's true.
But
But the band itself, every chance they had, would turn back to the fans and like point at the Beaver fans and like instigate me. And they had of course, they had the little knapsack of pretzels and water bottles. Pathetic, but
Jake chucking bows.
You could have moved, right?
There was plenty of open seats towards the
I was too cold. I was all bundled. But yeah, I hate Washington State. I hate their fans and I hate their band. Their music sucked. They played like 8 of the same songs in a row, and I could probably memorize them word for word now. They're stupid little chants.
I'm not trying to go on
little
band
hand
or I'm
movements.
trying to go band or band rants here, but I kind of don't like it when there's some other another band comes.
No,
to
neither do
another.
I.
I agree.
Kick them out.
It's hard to sometimes it's hard to hear our own band. I'm just saying.
Well, you realize
Band wars.
Well, you realize the bands all get to go on like a road trip every year, right?
Yeah.
So our bands always typically go down to the Bay Area road trip. This is the Palouse trip. We get to get out of the Palouse and they got to come to Corvallis. That was their roadie.
It was their year, I guess.
Their escapism. I was waiting for the
Escapism.
I was waiting for them to coog it.
Cougar.
Yeah.
They very much disappointed me with the fact that they did not have a late interception. That we didn't, have something just miraculously happen to us on the good side, because that's typically what happens for Washington State.
yeah.
All right. Now we'll transition here back to staying here with Oregon State football. We're
Yeah,
gonna
we
go
want to
into-
get
go,
into
go into the Oregon
tomorrow
Arizona
night.
State.
It's going to be a 7:45 kickoff. Late. It's one of the latest that we've had In the last 2 years?
It's going to be
3 years?
Hey,
Yeah,
everybody.
8 o'clock kickoff. It's probably not going to
It's about as late as it gets.
Get
it's about as
bundled
late
up.
as we can possibly. What is the weather prediction for when it hits that 9 o'clock mark? Probably like 29.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
probably high 20s, which doesn't sound like fun.
High 20s.
Layers.
Turn up.
Layers on layers.
Layers
Team
and
layers.
Yeah. So talk about
Man,
Arizona State.
Yeah.
Arizona State
Sixth in the nation?
Yeah, sixth in the nation. They're pretty close to. If they win outright, they're in the college football playoff. Really, I could see that happening. But last week they had an impressive win against Notre Dame. It was at 55.
Yeah, I think they were up 33-0
Yeah,
at
it
one
wasn't
point.
that close.
Yeah, 55-31. And Notre Dame, I'm not sure. Are they still ranked? I don't know if they are. But Notre Dame, they've been a pretty good team the whole entire year. I know they were ranked a few times at least. And Everett Golson, they owned him last week. I think he had 4 interceptions. So
They were ranked too. I think it was a 9-10 matchup. I think.
yeah.
And now they're at 15, so they're still ranked even after.
Yeah,
that,
so
but-
they beat a pretty good Notre Dame team. It just shows how tough and how well the Arizona State program has come in the last few years, really. And
They've come leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, actually. And like on the sports TV show, Josh Warden, if you guys listen to Sports Radio, he's on the show after us. But he was saying that he says hands down this is the hardest team that Oregon State will play the entire year, even over the Ducks. Mm-hmm. Which I believe. I strongly believe in that too. I think
can see
Arizona
it,
State's
too.
a more solid overall defensive side, offensive side, run game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, their run game.
I think they're more well rounded than
run game.
the Ducks
Their running back
completely.
Foster, and he's a beast. Kelly's a beast. Their quarterback,
Mm-hmm.
and
he's been outstanding.
yeah, it's going to be just an interesting one. As Louis mentioned earlier, they're coming to colder weather, and we've been practicing this whole week in cold weather. So
Yeah. I don't know though.
We need to punch them in the mouth and then stand up over them and do it again.
yeah, we really do got to get physical. Yeah, so it'll be interesting.
It'll be an interesting game. It'll be a cold.
It'll be
interesting.
very cold.
Cold, be loud though. If the the students need to be loud.
Yeah, and last week, I don't know if the student section, if they didn't get the memo, but it was a very sorry turnout from the student section. It's kind of unfortunate. I don't know
Yeah,
if
I
everyone
agree.
missed the afternoon game, memo, but
Bandwagon.
Yeah.
Got to get back on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same with the student ticket line this week. It was also weak. It was bad.
How early did you get there?
We got there about an hour early, and we were close to the end of the line. So
Yeah.
not many people showed up after that.
Well,
It was a sad turnout.
let's hope we. I mean, it's interesting that about this, and I could do the I was here when you could walk in, blah 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 thing. I like the lineup, but then the academic part of me says, why not just get up in the morning after class and get them because you're getting your tickets and
That's what I did.
huh?
That's
Which
what
is-
I did. But I'm working ESPN tomorrow, so I'm not even going to the game. I mean, I'm going, but I'm not using my ticket. But
You're working for the Deuce.
yeah.
I think it's just the Deuce, right? Not
yeah.
the Ocho.
ESPN 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's an ESPN 2 game.
Is it?
Okay.
I mean, there's no way they're going to put us on prime.
No, it's on ESPN.
I'm
I
pretty
just
sure it
Oh,
is.
it's
regular
oh no.
ESPN.
Well, yeah, it is because you're playing Arizona State.
Oh, okay. I did for a second. Yeah. No.
The nation.
The
needs
big
to
house.
see it. I had a point. Where was I going? Oh,
Some
just
about tickets.
about tickets. I mean, even if there's tickets available, students need to be going and taking it and come in and fill the place. What else are you going to do tomorrow night? It's Saturday night.
Yeah.
Go to a football game.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. That's where everyone's
Go
gonna
out
be.
afterwards. It's
Wear
gonna be,
layers.
nice and cold. It'll be a nice little.
Go out and celebrate once we win.
Hey, who knows? Maybe we'll have a chance to
Yeah.
storm the field.
Exactly.
Oh, if we win, you best believe that feels.
Oh, yeah, well,
Oh yeah,
It needs
for
to.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
If we storm the field, that'd be,
I wonder how that works.
I've always,
working for ESPN.
haven't
Just
had
put down your gear and then just start sprinting.
Jake just strips off all of his ESPN stuff, leaves it there.
So I have to be objective. So I can't. Oh,
Yeah,
man,
but
I'm
no,
gonna be freezing.
I've been looking forward to an opportunity to storm the field or storm the court.
because you weren't here
Yeah.
for Wisconsin.
I wasn't here. For
I was
Wisconsin.
here for Wisconsin. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
It was.
I was watching on TV.
If we would have beat Arizona last year in basketball, we would have stormed the court.
Oh
but
yeah,
Oh, for sure.
yeah. That's
That's a given.
yeah. Well, that'd be an interesting talk here, basketball.
Yeah, we can get into that after a break. But final Arizona State predictions for Saturday. Score predictions, key players, anything. Is Storm out for now? Like, he didn't play at all last week. So I mean, not that I think it's really going to matter, but
I like what Tehran's been doing, and
I like what Chris Brown has been doing.
Yeah, Breezy.
Breezy.
Breezy's look good.
no, but I really like what Tehran's just a different different type of player than Storm, and I think
Completely different, yeah.
And I feel like Tehran's been a better player at catching the ball as well, but he's been getting good yards. It'll be interesting to see what happens. And
Yeah.
I prediction.
It's kind of hard to put a prediction on this one, honestly. It's just
I'm gonna go.
if we lose, we're gonna get absolutely slaughtered. But if we win, it's gonna be a tight game.
I'm gonna go 31-24 ASU.
Okay.
Okay.
Sensible, Logan. Grant, what about you?
I'm gonna go 42-28 ASU.
Wow.
I think that Arizona State's defense is just their pass rush is insane, and I worry so much about our offensive line.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Sean Manning's going to get hit.
I mean, they're arguably one of the best defenses in the country, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You said 42-28?
Yeah, and that's being very generous with our points. I'm just hoping.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go maybe 35-14 or 17 ASU. But, that's just an intelligent pick, obviously. Anything can happen. Go Beavs.
Yeah, go Beavs.
Obviously.
I say you take your intelligent pick and shove it, man. It's going to be 31 us, 27 them.
All right.
There we go.
I like that. I like that pick better.
I like Louis' pick. I'll go with Louis' pick.
You know what I'm going to call?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, Logan.
I would be perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, no, nobody wants to, prove me wrong.
Yeah, literally.
But you know what I'm going to call? I'm going to call because the defense hasn't gotten a turnover in almost 3 games.
No.
And we're going to not only are we going to get 2, we're going to take 1 to the house.
Ooh,
We're going to get it.
Who is it?
I like it.
Who's
Who is
taking
that?
it to the house?
I'm going to go with my boy Steven Nelson.
Nelson
Steven
Island.
Nelson
Okay,
is
Nelson
gonna be the
Island.
guy.
Hey,
Flame is free.
yeah.
Let's get one. Let's get one, and let's put 6 in the positive column from the
Yeah,
I love it.
Louis, I don't know if, but Jake's one of pretty much Twitter best friends with Steven Nelson's cousin, rapper Flame Gotti.
Who is free from prison.
Yeah. Shout out Flame.
Shout out Flame.
He said he was going to make us a Second String Sports intro.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
No. This is information I did not know.
Yeah. See,
big things.
Fun
Big
fact
things
of
on
the
the
day.
horizon.
Yeah.
We got connections.
Wait,
in
he actually said that? He'll make the intro?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We got
This
connections.
is news to me.
Connections in interesting places.
Yeah.
Thank you, Flame.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to get into the action tonight. Oregon State basketball versus Rice, Gill Coliseum. Kickoff of the year. I think it's Native American
N7 game.
and 7 games, so first 300.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm probably not going to get a shirt again. I got screwed last year. That's a story for after the break, but, stay tuned. We got basketball coming up, NBA, NFL, a couple special guests here. Stay tuned. Second String Sports. Tweet us, Facebook us, DM us.
Slide into the DMs.
Feel free. All right, stay tuned. You're listening to KBVR Corvallis.
KBVR FM is pleased to acknowledge continued, generous support from Woodstock's Pizza. KBVR programming is prepared fresh, delivered hot, and features local ingredients thanks to Woodstock's Pizza, located at 1045 Northwest Kings Boulevard in Corvallis. Menu listings and ingredient or delivery options are available by phoning Woodstocks at 541-752-5151.
And we're back in the booth. Second String Sports, KBVR Corvallis. Big night tonight. It's the Tinks kickoff. Official.
The official.
Exhibition. We got
official
embarrassed by
team.
Western Oregon, but it is what it
Doesn't
is.
count.
Doesn't count.
Doesn't count?
We're not.
Didn't happen.
Oh
Didn't
no.
happen.
Preseason.
Preseason, man.
Yeah.
Amnesia. Is that what it
Grant, our heckling
You forget
never
stuff?
happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Spring training.
Hey, Dana never happened.
Hey, if any students are listening, go to some basketball games and heckle the crowd.
the crowd?
The crowd, because
Hey, no, we did heckle the crowd. Technically, we were heckling that one guy from
Yeah,
Western Oregon.
exactly.
Told him
It's
to sit
so
down.
fun to heckle the crowd.
Yeah.
It's fun to be savage.
You have to yell across.
Louis, I don't know if did you hear us heckling? Jake said he heard us heckling. We were pretty
Well,
loud.
I heard noise. That was
Yeah.
good noise.
Yeah. All right.
Good noise.
Fun fact, the turnout for the exhibition game was a larger home crowd than 12 of the 17 home games last year.
Everybody loves Tinkle. What?
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
He's a god among men.
Commit to Wayne.
Well, he is the best looking college basketball coach in America, allegedly.
Hashtag commit to Wayne, man. The word on these streets is that the girls like Tinks.
Guys like Tinks too. Like,
All right, well, moving on to actual basketball. Predictions, Rice, not a good basketball team per se, but
I wouldn't say Rice is.
I mean, they're not bad, but they're not good.
Yeah, and
we're not good, but
I'm gonna say it's gonna be a close game, and it's gonna. Some people might expect different. Some people either way, but it's gonna be a close game. I'm gonna say Beavers squeak it out by 3, and I think Rice. I haven't searched or researched in the Rice and their players. I don't know if you have, Jake, but
no, I haven't.
yeah,
No.
yeah. No, but I think it'll be actually a decent game. Is from the exhibition game that never happened. Our shooting it's hard to say how many outside shots we're actually going to make this year. And
it's hard to say.
I can't think of the guy from Wilsonville, 3-point shooter.
The walk-on?
Walk-on kid.
Yeah.
He honestly think he might be our best shooter from outside.
Number 51, the
I agree.
Yeah.
goatee? I think so, something like that.
Can't think.
Josh said he played against him in high school. But
Louis, do you know?
I don't know the man's name,
Yeah.
but I know that when I was watching the walk-ons in the second half, there was 2 of them out there at a time with three regulars,
Yeah, I remember that.
and they were passing the ball like they were working a drill to make sure that the other 3 got shots. And they can't have that mentality. If
No,
you're
they
playing
can't.
this year on this team, every one of you needs to be a threat at all times. And so those guys have to adjust and be ready to shoot because A, you can't trust the other 3 guys to make it, and B, you got to make them defend you. Mm-hmm. So I encourage walk-ons to gun.
I mean,
I agree. That guy's name, by the way, Dylan Livesey.
Oh, good job. Way to use
Wow,
the
clutch.
roster.
Way to go,
There you
OG.
go.
good job.
Laptops.
Good job. Good
Yeah.
job.
Thank
Anyway,
you.
but yeah,
Thank you.
I mean, Lanks is not hitting his shots,
In one game.
Yeah, it's just
It's one game.
but remember, the game never happened, so
What are
Yeah.
we? Who's
Yeah.
what game?
Well,
Wait,
and,
what game?
and-
Western Oregon?
and the other thing about that game that's kind of funky is that Gomez is out. Gomez is out for a
Yeah,
month or
yeah.
so, and then Shea only played 7 minutes.
yeah.
So those are your 2 biggest players. Olaf has to figure out how to play inside the 3-point line.
Yes, and that's one
Needs
thing
to
I
play
thought
like
was
a 7-footer.
Yeah,
So he's going to get better. I mean that's this is where
Yeah.
I look at it in this way. Okay, I mean I've been at OSU and watched a lot of bad
Yeah, of course.
basketball games. I've seen losses. So what I'm looking for, I'm trying to find silver linings of things. GP Dos, totally athletic, very athletic.
10
It was-
points, 10 rebounds.
I feel like he had a few blocks in there too.
Yeah,
on that.
a
he
couple
did, he had
blocks,
2.
couple
It
steals.
was nice.
He was
Couple
all
dunks.
over the court, and the thing that disturbed me was basically he and Malcolm were cramping at the end of the game because Malcolm played. I think he played 37 minutes. So I mean that's a little frightening from a fatigue factor, and we need to make sure that these guys are getting a few minutes off.
I know
here and there.
it took notice I went to the press conference afterwards, and that was something that Wayne actually he mentioned the cramps, and he was saying that the walk-ons especially. He mentioned that he's looked directly at Gary Payton. He said this guy knows if he's not performing or if he has those tired moments, then he knows there's someone that's going to replace him. So I don't know. I think Tinkle's he's lighting that competitive nature. I really like how he's mending the team chemistry, but
I do too.
man, I'm just excited for tonight. Honestly, I'm excited to see what this first show out is like. I mean, chance to go 1-0. Maybe
Rice last year was 7-23 overall.
Man, the knowledge bombs keep coming.
Yeah.
OG.
I gotta find
Well, and then the
soundbite.
women's team's playing at 4:00 tonight. So
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
really, talk about go see your top ranked team. Go.
Yeah, and the women's team, their basketball team they're good.
They're going to the tournament again.
They're going to get in. They smacked around Western Oregon the other day, so that. But that's a solid smack.
Smack on the butt.
Yeah. Well, okay. So also to kind of touch on Oregon State basketball, we had a great day the other day in Oregon State basketball signing period.
Yeah, we did. It's
Yeah.
the official.
What?
No,
I guess that's no.
just try to find one more. Try to redeem yourself here, Jake.
I keep talking on while I'm looking.
Okay. Yeah, we have a top recruiting class. Can we get a drum roll or something here, Jake? Jake. This is not. Yeah.
Crickets to myself.
Louis, Jake's usually on top of his
His special effects.
his soundboard game, but I think he's kind of rattled here.
Sorry if I'm ruining your game.
I think
The
it's
on the
I
moment
think it's,
pressure. It's usually a spontaneous click, but when you have to look, this thing is actually pretty confusing.
yeah. So we got some great
Found it.
recruits. We got
Oh, okay.
it is, there
A little
it
late,
is.
but there you
Yeah,
go.
a little late. There we go. Trace Tinkle, the
Yeah.
father-son duo. It's a rare thing in college basketball.
It is a rare thing, and
Then-
it's a rare
yeah.
thing for the son to actually be good.
Yeah.
And then we got the Stephen Thompson
Yeah.
Jr.
Yeah. And
Both top 100 high school basketball recruits.
Mhm.
Man,
And there was also the center from somewhere here in Oregon as well. I can't remember his name. I was looking at him the other day.
Yeah, it was. He's from Reynolds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Laptop Grant.
Laptop Grant.
I don't have it yet, but I do know who you're talking about.
Yeah. So we have a great recruiting class coming in, and
And the point guard from Oregon as well.
Mhm.
Right? Isn't the point
I
guard?
believe so. Yeah.
So I like the fact that he's recruiting two quality
in state
players
too.
from in-state. Let's build back that in-state true.
I like that.
Our previous regime didn't do that. Did
Mm-hmm.
not recruit the in-state
at all.
talent, and
Yeah.
and some of them went down to U of O. Some, I want to have them here,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's also the 7-footer that's supposed to be coming from LA as well. He didn't sign, but he committed this week.
Okay, so-
whatever that means.
I wonder. Yeah.
But so
Means he has other offers.
but he's supposed to be the center, and then the other guy,
we need?
the Portland kid, will be the power forward.
Drew Eubanks.
Yeah, Eubanks.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's the power forward. He's
job.
the skinny one that used to play baseball, if I remember from reading the articles this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not trying to bypass this season,
No,
but looking forward. Like I am so excited for just not next year, but just the future of
It's okay to say it.
just the future of Tinkle. Just
Future of Oregon State basketball.
the future of Oregon State basketball. I think it's in good hands, and this year is going to be a
Silver
just-
hands.
silver hands, silver linings of Tinks.
We're committed.
We are. I'm excited, and it's just going to be a fun time to just kind of watch how this all plays out and just grows.
I'm excited. That's all I can say. I honestly think we'll pull the win tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. I'm going 8-point win.
All right.
Big.
I'll go.
bold.
I'll go a 4-point win.
We storm the court. Put Tinks on our
stay
shoulders.
classy, Corvallis.
Always.
Louis, score.
I think when we win these games this year, I think we're going to have to be in the low scoring range. I think it's going to have to be about the defense.
It
So,
will, yeah.
so I'm going to call a 66-62 Beavs over the Rice.
There we go.
Owls.
All right. Here's something I want to ask you, Louis. Going down long term for the rest of the season, who do you think is the take charge, sort of, I don't know what you want to call it, maybe
Leader?
just leader of the
The
team?
alpha.
GP, Malcolm, Langston. What do you think?
Or other.
As of last,
Or other.
or other. But as of last week, I was leaning towards Malcolm. But I have a strange feeling that GP may step up big time this year.
Well, I think he's in a good position.
Very good
He's
position.
he's older. He's older than Malcolm.
Very, yeah.
He's same as Langston, but I think and it's hard to be that guy whose dad is who his dad is. I imagine that.
Very hard.
But his dad was such, he was the alpha. Yeah. He was the alpha, and I think that's how you learn, and that's what so I would see him becoming that guy. It's a young team, and he's gonna, he's a junior, so let's let him step forward.
Yeah.
Would you say it hurts or helps with having GP courtside with his icy cold stare and disapproving head shaking?
Well, Grant, we were right next to we were pretty right next to GP, and we heard him just he's just kind of yelling. He had had his own input from the bench, and he's kind of
he was disappointed at Gary. I felt like had I don't know the exact number, but I felt like he had quite a few turnovers.
Oh yeah,
and that was you could tell after each one of those he was pretty upset.
Yeah,
because that's just.
But I think it's a good thing. I see Gary Payton kind of coming in, maybe teaching not just GP2, but the rest of the showing the rest of it.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's
so.
yeah.
I mean, he's already, it's not like he's did that. He came last year and he's done this before, and just kind of guiding the young guys around. So
he's part of the program.
Yep.
And I think that's an important factor for the future, or for now and the future, is to continue to have the legacies of Oregon State basketball. And prior to, we have an amazing legacy, and we need Brent Berry back. We need AC Green making games. We need Charlie Sitton. We need Mel Counts. We need, the legends of Oregon State need to be a part of it. And so, it was sad for Gary. I'm sure he wanted to see his son get a win in that first game, but
he'll be here.
He understands the process, and he's going to be here for the next 2 years for sure. A lot.
Does Gary have a house? Where's he living at?
Well, I think he's working with Fox Sports.
Yeah.
So but that's out of LA. I think he still lives. He has a place in Vegas, or the Bay Area.
You think he's going to be here tonight?
He probably will be. I think I heard him talk about it. He said he was.
Well, that's confirmed.
Sure.
Thanks, Logan.
Yeah. Me and Grant, Grant didn't take a picture. We took a picture with GP. Grant wasn't there. A couple of other friends.
I do know of an OSU legend who was going to be here this weekend.
Who?
At halftime, for the official captaincy of our football game tomorrow, 2007 graduate Jeff Van Orso, who was legendary for knocking down and tipping a ball in the end zone to beat USC in 2006. He is now a fighter pilot in the Oregon Air National Guard out of Klamath Falls.
Oh, that's cool.
And he's coming up as in honor of Veterans Day week. And
I like it.
Jeff's a political science graduate of Oregon State and a hell of a good man.
There we go.
And a recent dad.
I love it.
So.
That's cool. I love it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
good people.
Good people. Good people. Good vibes.
All right.
Good times. All right, we're going to take another quick break, and when we come back, we're going to get into the NBA grind mode, is what I like to say. The meat of the show. Other stuff is the bread. This is the roast beef. Or
sausage.
Or the sausage, or the bacon. Cheese.
Making a good sandwich here, Jake.
Okay, Jake.
Man, that's a lot of meat.
That's what she said.
Sorry.
There it is.
There it is. I had to click it once to show. And we're there. Moving on. If you're listening live, Second String Sports once again. KBVR Corvallis every Friday, 12 to 1 p.m. We got a little 20 minutes, 15 minutes left in the show. Special guest Louis Bataro. We're going to kick it off some NBA and NFL talk to end the show. Once again, if you're listening, live tweet us.
And MLB awards.
Whatever. Second String Sports, hashtag Second String Sports, or just, we'll live tweet during the whole show. Just hop in the debate, say what you want to say, and if it's smart or even dumb, we'll talk about it. That's what we like to do. Equality. Spread the love. Second String Sports coming back. Stay tuned.
KBVR FM is pleased to acknowledge continued, generous support from Woodstock's Pizza. KBVR programming is prepared fresh, delivered hot, and features local ingredients thanks to Woodstock's Pizza, located at 1045 Northwest Kings Boulevard in Corvallis. Menu listings and ingredient or delivery options are available by phoning Woodstock's at 541-752-5151.
And we're back. NBA talk about to go down. A lot of stuff happened in the last week since the last show. Some big games, some big controversy. It's going to be the headline of this show.
Yeah.
You want to kick it off with some big games before we get into the meat of the NBA discussion?
The Lakers' first win?
Hey!
Damn you.
Hey, Charles can eat now. That was also the good thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's some interesting thing about the Lakers. Louis, what do you think about the Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan comments?
I may have missed him. What do we got?
I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm Tim Duncan
ahead of
fan.
the game? Wow. That's a shame, Logan. Anyway, Kobe Bryant came out recently and said he is indeed jealous of Tim Duncan.
When isn't he?
Oh, well.
I mean, it doesn't. He used the words that he's jealous of his durability and jealous of the team's
jealous of the fact that
longevity.
Direct quote. I don't know if I can express to you how jealous I am of the fact that Tim, Tony, Manu, and Pop have all been together for all these years.
Never
Not
mind.
all this up and down stuff.
It was direct.
Yeah.
Well, here's where he has a case. I mean, you're going to have the case that, well, if you didn't take a $24 million extension for 2 years,
Yeah, exactly.
and that's going to come. I get that. But the fact is that the continuity in terms of that the Spurs franchise has always got one eye ahead, and the Lakers didn't. The Lakers management traded away all of our number 1 picks over the last
For Steve Nash?
Well, the Steve Nash, but even prior, even when we were going out and signing Meta World Peace, and when we were signing Matt Barnes and signing, I mean, those things were good moves, but we never were. Andrew Bynum is the only player that has been developed by the Lakers in the last decade. Maybe Ronnie Turiaf.
That's true.
That have been drafted and developed into being players on the team. Marc Gasol was drafted by the Lakers. He was traded to get Powell, so I'm not complaining. But the Spurs mentality of how they've done it has always been about getting a guy to bring into the system, and so I think that you have to respect the continuity in terms of R.C. Buford and Pop. Mm-hmm. Whereas Phil had to step out. We brought in Mike Brown. Then we got dumber with D'Antoni.
Yeah,
The Pringles man.
D'Antoni's the worst.
shots fired.
He shall not coach again.
Shall not live.
Well, I'm not willing to take the man's breath away. But
Not that savage, but it is what it is. Lakers got their first win. Spurs and Blazers still on that roll.
Yep.
Blazers, Grant. Hey.
Yeah, Blazers. One thing I want to
Possibly
say,
the best half of basketball that I've ever
wasn't
witnessed.
that was incredible.
Like, I'm not going to lie, it was impressive. And
You can't deny it.
can't deny it.
and beating a
And
team
sad at
back
the
to back
same
like
time.
that is pretty solid too.
Yeah, especially after it's a 2-point win. That's we had to fight back that entire game because we got off to that horrible start, and we were constantly climbing back, and then win by 2, and you figure they're going to be tired, and then they come in and just demolish.
I
Denver.
honestly did feel bad for the. I mean,
It's not
can't-
good
Was
for
it-
Brian Shaw.
It's not. You can't.
Yeah,
Was your tweet from Mr. Portland to Denver Nuggets, was that the good luck? With the Bill Cosby?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. I got in their heads.
Yeah.
It rattled them. The Nuggets. I'm pretty sure the night before that they had said that they're tired of the letting the fans down. They don't want to hear boos from their own fans, which they got, which is justified.
yeah.
And then they remembered weed was legal in Denver.
And then they went home and had a grand old time. But yeah, Blazers doing good. Saturday, LaMarcus is out though.
yeah.
Illness.
Myers.
Thanks, Myers.
Gosh,
How did Myers get him sick? I don't get it.
I don't know.
maybe
I
some
think
things
I
we
think
don't-
Aldridge got the
Did
same
some
thing.
of his hairspray get in his his tanning spray get into LaMarcus's eyes?
Oh yeah. His cologne is that he probably bought from like Forever 21 in the.
No,
10-year-old
he's
girl
an
section.
axe man. Come on.
That's true.
Yeah, he's an axe man.
Myers is an axe man.
The spray axe back in 7th grade.
Yeah, Myers reveled in that moment. But Blazers Saturday Nets. LaMarcus is out, but I still think we get the win.
Hey, we got the Rolo Brooke Lopez showdown too.
Ooh,
Should be
hey,
interesting.
Brother versus brother. The
Yeah.
former dominant Lopez brother versus the new dominant Lopez
I
brother.
wouldn't put it there so quick.
Why? Brooks sucks. He's trash now.
I wouldn't say he sucks.
He sucks.
He's regressed.
He's great. He's not as good, but he's still pretty good.
He's not as good as Robin.
okay.
21 points, 12 rebounds a game, opposed to a bum who gets injured every game and can barely run up the court now.
I think when
I
Brooke's
hate
healthy,
I hate Brooke
he's
Lopez.
great. He's great on offense, though. You got to.
He is great on offense, but he's not good. He's
all
terrible
around,
on defense.
I'll take
though.
Rolo too.
There was a Twitter beef in my U Engage class yesterday between some of my students.
Oh,
No, just
You engage beef.
you engage.
and the topic was who has the best starting 5 in the NBA.
Oh, interesting.
And so one of the Blazer homers, Brendan Slaughter,
I know Brendan.
was throwing it out that the Blazers had the best starting 5 in the NBA. And
Arguable.
I think it's arguable, but I would put the Bulls, if you've got a healthy D Rose, and with that
That's
condition,
coming
I think the Bulls, I mean, Pau Gasol and Joakim Noah. The Dunleavy's the weak link in that, but he not,
Yeah.
but no more than Rolo.
It's defensively for Dunleavy, but
Yeah.
still, Dunleavy's he's a decent player. He can shoot the ball.
Right.
He's actually had a pretty good season so far.
For what you need out of him, because you've got Jimmy Butler and you've got Pau Gasol.
Yeah,
and you've
Butler was hurt at the start of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I think the starting five of the Bulls probably win that argument.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
There's-
mean,
And
Yeah, I can see
Cleveland really, I mean,
Yeah,
they haven't played it yet.
Cleveland
but
will turn around.
they're going to know where each other wants the ball eventually.
Yeah, they're
getting there.
they're twisting the mustaches. You know,
that everyone thought was the joints. Yeah.
no, it's mustaches.
It was
No, it's
mustaches.
mustaches, right?
Kevin
It's
loves
mustache.
Clearly Kevin loves
mustache.
clean cut guys.
Yeah, clearly it's
Yes, because
mustache.
no NBA player has ever rolled a joint. Ever. This is the kind of stuff
J.R.
that we're going to laugh at in 10 years when it's totally legal in the entire country except for Alabama.
Hey, two states I live in now.
Yeah.
It's it's true.
It's taking over for me.
All right. So now to the topic that I wanted to get on. I want to get everyone's roundtable opinions on this. Derrick Rose. Grant, you want to pull up? I don't want to speak out of context, as I like to. When I rant, I like to be
Precise?
not intelligent, but I get savage. But I want to quote him directly. So if we
Yeah.
want to pull up the Derrick Rose has some recent comments that surfaced. I don't know, maybe 3 days ago
Before he got hurt.
before he got hurt again.
Yeah.
Chalk that on the chalkboard. But
You ready for this? All right.
yeah.
I'm thinking about long term. I'm thinking about after I'm done with basketball, having graduations to go to, having meetings to go to. I don't want to be in my meetings all sore or be at my son's graduation all sore just because of something I did in the past. I'm just learning and being smart.
Is that what makes a man?
I wonder what Bill Walton says about
Sure,
that.
that and a pair of testicles.
Yeah.
Hey, if Derrick Rose and if he wants to take a stroll over to San Antonio whenever he wants, we can give him days off. We can give him days
Okay,
rest.
I'm about to mute you.
I'm just saying, if he wants days off, Spurs can give it to him. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, we know.
Tony Parker won't be here. He'll give Tony like 4 more years or so.
Would you trade Tony Parker for D Rose right now?
No,
Please don't say.
I wouldn't.
okay.
I wouldn't.
Thank you.
What about for Kyrie?
That's interesting.
The Spurs organization wouldn't do it. But if I'm doing it as a fantasy, like I'm running the organization, I'd probably do it.
The fantasy and real life are two
Well,
completely
you're
different.
getting a 23-year-old point guard and replacing a,
31. Yeah.
32-year
I-
adulterer?
I just don't see this. I don't think the Spurs.
Siri, how old is Tony Parker?
Tony Parker is 32 years old.
First series segment we've had on the show, and that was
Do
awesome.
I have to write her down as a guest?
Yes, yeah, Siri's got to be a special guest.
Who's
this
a special
time.
guest?
What?
Siri.
Why have I never thought of that before?
I don't know. That was pretty funny.
That's golden.
Yeah.
Shout out Siri.
Yeah. I don't think the Spurs organization would do that, but it'd be an interesting thing that if it did happen.
Yeah. Well, off the Spurs, back to the main topic. Derrick Rose's comments saying that he doesn't want to be sore and his little his kid's graduation.
I'm fine with it. Like
Okay, well, we're on a completely different specters here. I don't know what anyone else thinks, but if I was a Bulls fan, I'd be burning down his house, honestly.
Burning down his house.
I think they're the
Pretty
most
extreme, but
that's something you say to your family and not the media, and he had the audacity to come out and say he doesn't know why people are mad. You're getting $20 million a year, and you're saying you're not going to push yourself to get a freaking ring? Like, he doesn't give a crap about rings. That's essentially what he's saying. You don't want to be sore sitting in a meeting. Bro, you're a professional athlete. You've completely shattered both your knees. It's inevitable you're going to be sore. You don't want to push yourself when you have the best training staff, the best people around you when it's necessary for you to push yourself. I thought it was just a pathetic thing to say, honestly. And his teammates, I was watching, every analyst that I've seen, Beadle, Simmons, everyone, they all hated what he said. They said the teammates, of course, had to be politically correct and say we support him. I don't think they support it in the locker room, honestly. I wouldn't. Especially Joakim Noah.
I heard on TNT also, all those guys were saying, well, former players except Ernie, but they were saying, we all limp around and I would do it all over again.
Exactly. Charles Barkley said, you're living a freaking life that 90% of the world would want, you play that until you can't walk, especially with the money you're getting. Like, he does good things for the community, but
All right.
I saw it as pathetic.
Yeah.
You don't want to be sore in a meeting. Like, get over yourself.
I mean, Charles says, I limp around, but I go home to a big old mansion. There's people that work harder than
Boss.
Derrick Rose and go home to a shack.
Is that a direct quote?
Yes, it is.
I love that.
All right. We'll have to we'll wrap this thing. We're going to speed through this here, and we're going to go to
NFL rapid picks? Do we have time?
We have time.
We can go rapid. We got time. We got time.
And then we'll also just kind of touch up on we really just had a jam-packed show.
Jam-packed show. It's the birthday man, you know?
Yeah.
Influenced.
Can I tell you one story just off the record?
Spit it.
Or off the tangent, because that's how I roll. But your Siri moment kind of takes me there. So last night, wife and I are watching the television, NFL Network commercial. Brett Favre is in there, right? She looks at him and goes, gosh, he looks really, really old now.
He does.
I'm like, yeah, he's probably like 50 or something. No, she says, no, he can't be that old. No, he's totally 50. So she goes and busts out hey, Siri, how old is Brett Favre? And Siri goes and informs us that he is now 2 years older than me. So Brett Favre is 45. I turned 43 today, and now I'm in his age range.
Okay, but in all fairness, he looks extremely old for 45.
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah. Well, that's what painkillers will do.
Rapid fire picks.
Rapid fire.
All right. We had a game last night. It was a pretty boring game, the Miami Buffalo.
That was really boring.
Yeah.
Didn't even watch it.
6-3 at half.
I watched Shark Tank.
Seattle.
Yeah, that's cool.
Here we go, Jake. Seattle at Kansas City.
Seattle.
OG?
Seattle.
They take it.
I'm KC at home.
Obviously, but-
Yeah.
I'd go Seattle.
All right.
Hey.
Hey, two pair of 6-3 teams. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it should be interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, it should be a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Atlanta, Carolina.
Where is it?
It's Atlanta at Carolina.
Carolina, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go Carolina.
Carolina.
Abysmal this year.
Yeah.
The line is Atlanta by 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A road favorite for Atlanta.
Yep.
Interesting. Here we go, Louis. Minnesota at Chicago.
Oh, it's going to happen. The Bears are going to win.
I'll say Bears. They'll get off the skid.
They're not going to give up 55 points. How about
Side tangent for a Bears fanatic himself. Opinions on the Jay Cutler.
that? You know what?
His little press conference that is now infamous.
I'm ready. I'm ready to trade.
Ready
you guys
to move
know.
on?
You guys know my feelings about firing coaches.
Oh, no, we do.
I'm not a big fan of that usually.
I know.
I am ready for a clean sweep right now. I want to rebuild.
Honestly, that's what all the analysts are saying too. I mean, I think it's Jay Cutler's time to go.
I'm talking Jay Cutler. I'm talking Mark Trestman. I'm talking Lance Briggs, Charles Tillman.
Forte?
Basically, anybody. Forte. The thing about Forte is he's signed to a reasonable contract. No one's going to trade you anything for him. If he had trade asset value, then yes, I would trade him away. I would trade Brandon Marshall if we could get value back.
He had his little Twitter thing this weekend too.
Yeah, I would keep Alshon Jeffrey as a building block.
Yeah.
Kyle Long and a couple of the other young guys.
Yeah.
My friend Stephen Paya.
Personal homie.
All right, we're only gonna do our meaningful games here
Yeah.
now. All right, we're gonna have New England at Indy. I think
That's going to be
That's
interesting.
gonna be a fun game.
They're both coming off a bye week too.
So they're prepared.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Andrew Luck. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Colts at home. Even though both teams are very hot, Brady's been looking good. I'm gonna go Colts.
Yes.
The hoodie.
The hood.
Hoodie.
Taking the hoodie.
I'm going Pats. They've just been on a roll.
All right.
Gronkowski's got enough weeks to get a few more injections to
And
make him healthy.
Yeah.
Another interesting game is kind of Detroit at Arizona. Kind of they're both doing really good, 7-2, 8-1.
They are.
So
But Carson Palmer out.
Carson Palmer's down.
So we
I'm
got
going
Stanton
to.
making
I'm
the
going with
start.
Detroit.
all right,
I'm going Detroit.
I'll go Detroit as well.
I mean,
No.
the Palmer situation works out for me and Grant, but
Cardinals.
Cardinals. There we
Cardinals
go.
still?
The Stanton.
Stanton, man.
Stanton, we
Stanton's
trust.
going to get his revenge
Yeah.
against Detroit.
All right. Those are kind of just the
Big
interesting
games.
Yeah. And another thing here, also to top, just to touch on here, kind of a breaking news. Marlins and transitioning to baseball, Marlins and Giancarlo Stanton just almost signing a 13-year, $325 million deal.
Wow.
That
Yeah.
makes me sick.
That it's a and then 12. It's a 1-year deal with the Marlins and a 12-year deal with the Toronto Blue Jays because they're just going to trade him away. It's here at some point.
Albert Pujols thinks that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
The Angels think it's a bad idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's we're just kind of also here to touch up on. We had the baseball's over, but we kind of had awards here to wrap things up. Louis, baseball fan over here, how do you feel about Kershaw winning MVP? Grant, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but he was hurt for some of the start of the year. He was best pitcher. I award him the Cy Young. There was no unanimous best NL hitter this year, in my opinion, but I maybe would have gone with even Giancarlo, McCutchen, Posey, one of those. I would have gone with them with MVP, but
I agree there. But
I am not a fan typically of the pitcher, of the starting pitcher, and certainly not the relief pitcher of winning an MVP. But because of you have to look at this in the context that you're right. Stanton had great numbers till he got hurt and didn't finish a season. McCutchen didn't have that great of a season. I mean, he had a good season, and his team at least made the playoffs.
Yeah.
But if you look at what Kershaw did, the number of at bats, if you add them up, it comes out to over 600 at bats, which is what you want out of an offensive player, right? 162 games, they're going to have 600 plate appearances. Because he dominated those plate appearances, to a high level, and he doesn't just affect your game every 5 days, because the next day you have a fresh bullpen, and the day before you can use your bullpen knowing that you got Kershaw going tomorrow. So he affects 3 out of 5 days in a rotation.
It's true.
And they definitely, they won the division. They made the playoffs there. So I see immense value in that.
Yeah, win. If this was the year to do it, I would say this was a good year for Kershaw to win the MVP. But I'm as you said, I'm not a fan of pitchers winning MVPs as Verlander did a couple years ago. But
over Jacoby.
Yeah. So it's just, and my boy Mike Trout, my man crush. When it's first
Tinkle.
That's my other man crush. Trout deserve. Now he's finally deserved the MVP that he's deserved, and
it's his third worst season
since 2012. I'm just. It is technically, yeah. So
exactly.
I'm just glad had to get the MVP awards in there. We had to rapid fire this too.
Yeah, dude. It was a packed show.
It was a packed show.
Lot talked about a lot. As always, sub on YouTube, KBVR.com. Podcast will always go up if you want to, tune in before the big games or the Beaver game this Saturday. Once again, Second String Sports, KBVR Corvallis, every Friday, 12 to 1. Big shout out, special thank you to birthday guest Louie.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, birthday boy.
Yep, thank you.
Too lazy to find a proper, I don't know, whatever. But yeah. Tweet him happy birthday today if you're listening.
Everybody tweet at Louis101.
At Louis101.
Wish him a happy birthday.
Happy B-Day. Happy B-Day. But yeah, it was a packed show. Talked about a lot. Stay tuned next week. Big show.
Yeah. And everyone stay tuned for Josh Warden.
Yeah, stay tuned. Josh's show coming up. More sports talk. Yeah, go to the game tonight. Hope to see everyone out.
Go Beavs.
Chilly. Wear like 5 coats and a beanie. Just be warm. Be warm on Saturday and pack. Seriously, that's the only key to winning. Just pack. Pack, Reeser, the fan, the cold. It's all a factor. I'm excited. Have a good weekend. Second String Sports. Logan, Jake, and Grant signing off.
Peace. Go Beavs.
Go Beavs.